En la alfombra roja de Bruselas desfilaron, además del director y los protagonistas, los productores, entre ellos Kathleen Kennedy, que es la eterna productora de Steven Spielberg. Con ella hablamos y también con algunos de los que se vieron involucrados en las aventuras de Tintín en 3D, El secreto del unicornio.
En Bruselas, durante la presentación mundial de las aventuras de Tintín, El secreto del unicornio, además de Steven Spielberg y el protagonista del film, Jamie Bale, desfiló por la alfombra roja Kathleen Kennedy, la productora histórica de Spielberg. Kennedy, un nombre importante en la industria del entretenimiento, ha producido más de 90 títulos, entre los que se encuentran la saga de Indiana Jones, la trilogía de Parque Jurásico y E.T. el extraterrestre.
Kathleen, welcome to Brussels. We are in the TinTin land. How do you feel?
We are in Belgium. We are in TinTin land, and we're feeling very excited. And to hear all these fans also sharing that excitement is great.
Do you remember the first encounter with Tintin character?
We do. We were making Raiders of the Lost Ark, and the journalist kept talking about how the adventure was so similar to Tintin. And now, having done all the Indiana Jones movies and then transition into Tintin, it's very exciting to see this character now start to come into his own around the world.
After many years and many movies, how is working with Steven?
You know, it's been 34 years for me, so I don't know much anything else, really. I've worked with him for so long that it's a shorthand. It's a wonderful experience. I love all the movies that he does, just as I'm sure the audience does, and I feel very fortunate that I've been able to work with him all these years.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
El crédito local en la alfombra roja de Bruselas fue Gad Elmaleh, un actor nacido en Marruecos que se ha convertido en una estrella de la comedia gala con títulos producidos, dirigidos e interpretados por él. En las aventuras de Tintín le tocó en suerte el papel de Ben Salat, un jeque árabe muy particular.
I feel really good. I was afraid in the beginning. I thought you were gonna ask me a question in Spanish. So no.
You speak Spanish?
No, I don't speak Spanish. Too bad, unfortunately. I wish I could speak Spanish. Next time.
How did you get to Tintin movie?
Money. I paid.
All right.
Yeah, I paid a lot of money.
Good for you.
No, I had this chance. I had this great opportunity to be in this Spielberg movie. As a French actor, this is a real honor, you know. And I love the movie. And today it's like, you know, Tintin is born here in Belgium. So we are like giving back to Belgium what this great talent Hergé gave us. And I'm very happy.
¿Le dio algo?
Ay, no.
Y quien le puso el cuerpo al personaje principal de las aventuras de Tintín es Jamie Bale, un niño prodigio al que conocimos en Billy Elliot. Ahora ha crecido y se ha convertido en una verdadera estrella de Hollywood. A solas con él nos contó cómo fue filmar a las órdenes de Steven Spielberg.
Jamie Bale, el niño que en el año 2000 conmovió al mundo con su interpretación de Billy Elliot, ha crecido y se ha transformado en Tintín, el héroe de aventuras de la nueva película de Steven Spielberg. En Bruselas, Bélgica, la tierra natal de Tintín, dialogamos a solas con este joven talento británico.
Jimmy, thanks for your time.
Of course, thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
We are in the land of Tintin.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
It's unbelievable, you know, I mean, just arriving in Brussels, suddenly everything feels very real, you know, you feel how much this means to these people, how much of a cultural identity it is here, and, you know, I think especially having the world premiere here is very specific. I don't think we could have had it anywhere else, so it feels, you know, the responsibility suddenly is very real,
yeah.
and the honor is very real, and I think we've done a good job of bringing this to life, so
Okay.
it's good.
Okay, let's go to the past. Do you remember the first time that you read a Tintin book?
I remember the first time I saw it on TV, because I first got into it by the animated series that was in the early 90s, and yeah, I was transported, you know, the Tintin character is such that you project everything that you want to be onto this character, you know, like I wanted to travel the world, I wanted to be heroic and courageous and be a good guy, and I got to do all that from the safety of my bedroom, and he just went off and did all the dangerous stuff, and I just kind of watched, and I felt like I could kind of have that experience as well, and I think it is that way for many people, you know. But then after that, I got the books from the library. I would rent them out from the library and stuff and read them, and I fell in love with the art just as much as the stories and the characters. The way the books were illustrated by Hergé were just unbelievable. You know, so beautiful, and making this film, I think from filmmakers right down to performers, we wanted to make sure that we could take everything from the books and bring it to the screen. I think we've been able to do that.
Tras su papel consagratorio como un prodigio de la danza, Bell ha incursionado en diversos géneros cinematográficos. Por eso, a nadie sorprendió que Spielberg posara sus ojos en él para su nuevo gran proyecto.
And how did you get to the movie?
I know I worked with Peter Jackson before on King Kong, so he knew me. I'd been in a few movies that Spielberg had exec produced at DreamWorks, and so there was already a kind of bit of a relationship between the two of them. And then I had a very physical background because I was a dancer and stuff, and I think the TinTin character is a very physical character with his expressions and his poses, and he's just a very dynamically physical character. And obviously I'm European, so having that European sensibility I think was incredibly important as well. So with all those factors, I think that kind of helped me kind of land the role.
And what do you think when Steven called you for TinTin?
I was blown away, you know, I couldn't believe it. I mean, because I was obviously being a massive TinTin fan, but then on top of that being a huge Spielberg fan, you know, the two of them kind of coming together like that was just, you know, out of this world. It was kind of like the best phone call ever. So, so it was great. It was great. I mean, obviously the sense of responsibility was huge. And then it was kind of, you know, time to get down to work. But.
Las aventuras de Tintín, el secreto del unicornio, está rodada con la técnica de captura de movimiento ya utilizada para Avatar, El planeta de los simios Revolución y Marte necesita mamás. Los actores encarnan sus personajes en estudios, sobre fondos verdes con sensores que registran cada una de sus expresiones, gestos y movimientos.
And what is the difference between play a character in a live action set and a digital set?
It's really the same thing. I think you know it's ultimately just the motion capture process is just another means of recording the actor's performance. I think you know, you're still working with your fellow actors in a space where you're all in the same space doing a scene, and you know, you have a direct line of communication with your director. You're trying stuff. You're finding new things, and the space and the motion capture stage very much feels like a rehearsal room for like a play that you'll never put on the stage or something. And so in that way, the space becomes a very liberating one, and you feel safe as an actor, and it's an environment in which you can really create and become imaginative.
La película contiene todos los tópicos del típico producto de Spielberg. Hay acción, fantasía, aventuras, peligros y mucho humor.
You know, the film surprised me because there is a little bit Indiana Jones adventure, but at the same time it's a Hitchcockian film. What do you think? What is the secret of the story of Tintin?
I think it's his youthful exuberance, it's his lack of fear of danger that makes him so intrepid and makes him so likable because he's so earnest and he's also so smart. You know, and then with the relationship between him and Haddock, then it kind of becomes like a buddy movie. You just love the way these two guys are completely wrong for each other. You know, like Tintin is very much the achiever, Haddock is very much the underachiever. You know, the only obstacle in Tintin's way is not the plane that's shooting at them. It's not the sinking boat. It's actually his sidekick that's you know, completely in his way. And it's their relationship that really drives the movie, drives its action, drives its kind of emotional narrative to a degree, because the film is very much about restoring this. Captain Haddock to his rightful place, you know, and that kind of journey is very classic action adventure kind of buddy fare, which is great.
Jimmy, thanks for your time. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
It's amazing work.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Saved! Oh, it's a sign from above! Whoa! Captain! You're doing fine! Anything? Oh dear. Hang on, TinTin! Come on!